Welcome everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we are going to discuss about what is cloud computing in a very simple terms. So, let's begin. To understand cloud computing, we need to understand some of the concepts behind the typical computing. So if you consider a desktop or a laptop, it consists of three major predominant components. One which we call it as a processor to process the data. The other one is called as the RAM, which is the memory part of it, which is going to hold the data which is processed by the processor. And the third one, it is going to be the hard disk, which is going to hold the data as the part of the storage mechanism. So in order for the desktop or the laptop to work, we need the data to be transferred from the storage device like an hard disk to RAM, and processor and RAM will work together and do the things. So is there why there is a requirement for RAM here? It is like we know all these fundamentals. So in this case, the data it takes, if the processor takes the data from the hard disk, it will take a lot of time for it to take the data and process the data. So in order to reduce the time which is taken by the processor to directly consume the data from the storage device, we created something called as the RAM. So the data is cached onto RAM. That data will be processed in a very quicker manner using the processor. So in order for any digital systems or any systems to work, we need these components like processor, RAM and hard disk. Now we are going to discuss about the traditional on-premises data centers. So traditional on-premises data centers is all about, as we discussed in the previous slide, it is all about computing, it is all about storage, and it is all about memory. So how we are going to get all these devices? We can have all these things together using something called as a server, where all the multiple processors are packed in together, and we will be having something as a storage device where multiple storage devices are packed together, and we will be having some database systems which will be having the database related data stored for the application and also for the other on-premises environments, and we will be having some applications which are running on top of that. So it on-premises data center is the combination of all these things within an office premise. So a person or a programmer or a developer or somebody who is working for the XYZ company can take the desktop and laptop and connect to this on-premises data centers using the LAN. By doing so, that person will get hold of all these resources like server, storage, applications and database. So it is all about a physical connectivity which needs to be established with the on-premises data center in order to get hold of all the resources which are deployed within the on-premise. So considering the disadvantages of using these models, we will be having a lot of disadvantages. One major disadvantage is all about capital expenses. We need to pay more for the capital expenses. We need to invest on the infrastructure. We need to invest on all the other things as well. So that is one major problem when considering the on-premises model. Coming to the capacity planning, we need to plan our capacity upfront. So for designing to the future workloads, we need to plan the capacity minimum 1 or 2 years upfront. We need to procure the required infrastructure and we need to attach it to the existing on-premises facility. It is very complex to manage because of all these things needs to be managed from our end only. So and security wise, it is like managing the data centers within the on-premise will take a lot of time, and then we need to secure, we need to put in the people over there, we need to fix security cameras, lot of things will be, we need to take care of all these security related problems. And another major issue is the scalability problems. We cannot scale the on-premises infrastructure as per our needs, as scalability is the major problem. And when you come to the fault tolerance, disaster recovery and high availability issues, say in case of a cyclone, in case of any natural disaster, then the on-premises infrastructure will be lost. The power facilities and all these things will not be redundant in the on-premises infrastructure. In that case, it will create lot of issues. So considering all these factors, the ability to innovate is very tough when we come to the on-premises based infrastructures. So to avoid these all these kinds of problems, there is something called as a cloud. You can see this, what is cloud here. So as we discussed in the previous thing. It is server, storage, database and applications are going to be required for any software or an application to run, right? So in this case, a person comes and he can make use of the desktop or a laptop, and he can connect to internet, and using the internet we can get the access to all these infrastructure related services. So these things are provided by some of the public cloud service providers like Amazon Web Services or Microsoft Azure or Google Cloud Platform. So what are all the advantages of using this model? This model provides lot of flexibility using different options. One main thing, as we discussed in the previous slide, it provides an benefit on the capital expenses. There is no necessity to invest on the capital infrastructure, so everything is managed by the cloud service providers. In this case, we need to pay only for the operational expenses, and it provides a massive economics of scale. Why? Because it is the options of having multi-tenancy, multiple people will be working on the cloud, so that creates a massive economics of scale, and it provides lot of cost benefits, and there is no necessity to guess the capacity of the units, as we discussed in the previous slide. So we can make use of the resources whenever we need, so there is no necessity for capacity planning, and it will increase the speed and agility as we are moving towards the infrastructure. All the infrastructure, everything is managed by the cloud service provider. That will give the lot of flexibility so that we can innovate and we can do things in a very faster way, going global in minutes, as the cloud service providers is having the global infrastructure which is deployed across the globe. We can deploy our applications everywhere in the globe within minutes, and it is very scalable and elastic. As we saw in the previous lecture, the scalability is the major issue when you come to the on-premises infrastructure, but in the case of cloud we can do the horizontal scaling and vertical scaling as per our demand. And finally, it is very highly available, and it provides lot of fault tolerant facilities and disaster recovery because of the global presence of the cloud service providers. So these are all the major advantages of using cloud computing, and this is all the cloud computing is all about. I hope this video has been informative for you. I am looking forward to see you in the other videos as well. Thank you for watching this video.